Travel trailers with no dinette have become the latest rage. Why? Because they give you more space and they create multifunctional areas in your travel trailer. So if you want to see some travel trailers with no dinette, stick around folks. We found some awesome floor plans. Hey everybody, Mike with RV Blogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. If you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVing, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel if you like this video. Don't forget to hit the notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified every single week when we put out a brand new video. But without any further ado, let's get started with our review of awesome travel trailers with no dinette.
This travel trailer is the Forest River Aurora, model number 16BHX. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,396 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,427 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 5,823 pounds. The hitch weight is 396 pounds. It measures in at just 19 feet 6 inches long, and it can sleep up to 5 people.
When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right hand side is where the big owner's bed is located. Then we wrap around through the living area, kitchen area, and in the back of this trailer is where the bunk beds are, and the bathroom is right behind me. So our first impression when we walked into this camper was that, hey, you know what, this is a great family camper. It's a great starter camper too, because it's smaller, so it's easy to tow. There's no slides, so there's just less stuff to have to deal with. And you can sleep up to 5 people in here. So great family starter camper for sure. Now at the front here, let's check out the size of this bed. And this mattress is about 74 inches, and it is 60 inches wide, so it would be considered a short RV queen-sized bed. Now up top here they have this nice shelf so you can store some things overhead. Then there's a window on the one side so you can get some fresh air in here. On both sides of the bed there are USB ports, and on this end there's also a receptacle. Now at the headboard area, you can lift up this little area here, and then you have a little bit of storage underneath. One thing to note is this side opens up, the other side doesn't. So if you have stuff in here, it might slide down there and you kind of have to reach in there and grab it. Now your TV location is right here above the bed area as well. And this is a great spot if you want to lay in bed and watch TV at night, or sit on your couch and watch TV. Perfect spot for that. You've got your cable and antenna and a receptacle above so you can plug everything in. So here we are right next to the bed, and this is where the living area is. And first of all, up top we have a little corner shelf here so you can plug things in, pop your phone up here and let it sit there and charge overnight while you're sleeping. Then up above here we've got these 3 cabinet doors that open up to one big storage area. Below that you have a nice sized window behind your couch so you can get some airflow through here. And then your couch itself actually serves 3 different purposes. First of all, it's just a couch to chill out and relax and watch some TV. Second of all, this is your dinette, and there is a standalone table that comes with this unit, so you can set your table up right here and enjoy a meal. Now, if you're a family of 4 or 5, you're probably not going to do that because only 2 people could really sit here and eat dinner, maybe 3. But a lot of folks that have smaller campers also buy like a clam style canopy, and they'll put that over top of their picnic table outside, and therefore they can use that outdoor space as well as an extension of their camping. Now the other thing that this does is it does jackknife into another bed. So there you go, you get 3 uses out of it. And if you do that, this particular bed measures in at about, I don't know, 56 inches by, we'll call it 44 inches wide. So definitely one child or maybe even 2 could sleep here depending on how big they are. Now behind this is where your bunk beds are located. Now each of these bunks, we look for 4 different properties or features in a bunk bed. First of all, we look for a window, a light, a receptacle, and a USB port. Now up top here, this bunk has a light and a USB port. Certainly good enough to get by. It does not have a window, but that's okay. I mean, the kids can turn on the light and use the USB to play their games and stuff on their phones before they go to sleep at night. Down below, there's another bunk. This has 3 out of the 4 features. It's got a light, a USB, and an electrical receptacle. And then down below the bottom bunk, there's even more storage. Now the kitchen area in here is what we call an inline kitchen, and all that means is all the kitchen appliances are in one line. It's a very efficient kitchen setup. Starting from the top here, you've got this very large cabinet overhead with tons of storage inside. Then below that, we have our range hood and light. You have a nice kitchen window here for some natural light to come in, and you can also get some cross ventilation here. Kitchen sink is a good size for a small trailer like this, and you have this big gooseneck faucet over top. And then they have a 2-burner range in here, and this is actually a GE Profile burner top. And if you don't know anything about GE, the Profile is one of their upgraded ones. I think the Monogram is the highest level, but Profile's right below it. So they went and put a really nice cooktop in here for you. Now below that, we also have some storage underneath of the sink and the cooktop as well. In addition to that, on the end over here is another electrical receptacle. So if you wanted to stick a coffee pot or a toaster somewhere up here, you can run the cord over and plug it in right on the end. Now, as we get closer to the end of the kitchen setup, you have a microwave oven right here, and then below that you have a refrigerator. Now this refrigerator is a little bit on the small side, and there is no separate freezer. In fact, there's no freezer in here at all. So if you like ice cubes and you want to make some ice cubes, we actually have an article called, I think it's the 10 best ice makers that you can buy for your RV. And if you click the link right up here, it'll take you right to our article over on rvblogger.com, and you can see our recommendations for ice makers. So here I am in the bathroom, and as usual, I'm standing in the shower. And you guys know I'm 5'11", and man, I am just barely making it in here. So I would say you have about 6'1" of headroom inside this shower. But the shower basin here is huge. I mean, it's really nice and wide, so it feels very spacious in here. Now, some of you may be wondering, like, hey man, there's no tile on the walls, there's no surround in here. Is this gonna leak? Is this okay? And it is okay. These walls are water resistant, and they are caulked with silicone caulk in all the corners. And when you own a trailer like this, the main thing you need to do is just make sure you keep up on your caulking maintenance, because if you don't, you'll get some water damage in the corners. That is for sure. There's also no place in here for soap dispensers or anything like that. Susan and I bought a soap dispenser for our own RV. It mounts right to the wall, and it's got like 3 or 4 spots in there, like liquid soap, you know, shampoo, conditioner, and it's right easy to access on the wall. That would be perfect for a shower like this. Then it also has a shower curtain. Now, if you guys have seen me do videos before, you know I don't like shower curtains because they blow in on you and stick to you when you're taking a shower. And if you're not careful and part of the curtain's outside of the shower, you can get water on the floor. So I'd recommend just buy a retractable shower door and install it yourself. They're really a piece of cake, and they're relatively inexpensive and easy to do. Now, just outside of the shower, there is no vanity and all that stuff, but they try to make up for it in a couple different ways. Number one, they mount this mirror on the wall, and then they put a little shelf up here, and there's also a receptacle here. And I was like, man, that's like a really weird spot for a receptacle. But now that I think about it, it makes some sense, because if you're in here, you're blow drying your hair, or you have your curling iron, or you're shaving, at least you got something to plug in and you can stand in front of the mirror and do those things. There's also a little towel hook back here. And then finally, while I'm sitting on the commode, you know, on the one side here, I'm hitting the wall, but on the other side, I have plenty of space. In the very front of this travel trailer, there's also a large amount of storage space under the front bed. This travel trailer is the Forest River Flagstaff E-Pro, model number E15FBS. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 3,435 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,063 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 4,498. The hitch weight is 498 pounds. It measures in at 17 feet 5 inches long, and it can sleep up to 2 people. When you first walk in this RV, on the right-hand side is where the living area and your bed are located. Then we wrap on around through here into the kitchen area, which is a nice L-shaped kitchen, and finally the bathroom is off to my right. So when I first walk into this camper, you know, I feel like it's a decent sized camper for being under 18 feet long. It measures in at 17.5. So it's a great camper for couples or anyone that just needs a smaller camper to be able to tow around in here. And I like the fact too that they've set it up so that the living area and sleeping area are multifunctional in 3 different ways. First of all, you'll notice here I've got a table right in front of me here, and this rig does not have a dinette, so it has this table instead, and you can swivel this table all around and make it work for you and your spouse to be able to sit here and enjoy a meal. In a minute, I'll show you where the TV is located, and it's in the perfect position for sitting here on the couch. So the first use of this area is that it's a dinette. Secondly, it can just be your living area, right? You can sit down here and relax a little bit. It does have a little footrest that comes out. But on these style of couches that have the Murphy bed behind them, you know, the back of the couch doesn't really recline back. So although my legs are up, I'm still seated in a very upright position. It's fine. It's just not as luxurious as a full recliner would be. And they really can't make it that way because there's just not enough room. And then finally behind me here is where the Murphy bed is located. And I guess we'll take a minute and show you how that works. All right, so I just removed the dinette table that was here, and then all you do is pull this little strap, and this is like a jackknife sofa that just lays right down. Now, if you were camping by yourself and you didn't want to put the whole Murphy bed down, I guess you could, but this sofa is only so long, so it's, you know, only going to hold an average size adult. Now, the way the Murphy bed folds down is you undo each of the clips on either side. They're just basically a D-ring. You can just pull them right out. These are brand new rigs, so no one's used them yet. They're still pretty stiff. This front piece pops on out of here, and you need to watch your fingers because this is a pinch point right here. So just be careful as you lower it down and into place. Finally, there's this little button here on the end, and this sort of locks the bed into position. And so when you go to raise the bed, you have to pull this out. So now that we have the Murphy bed down, let's see how big it is. And this one measures in at just about 72 inches by 56 inches wide. So it would be considered a short, full-size bed in here. It's not quite a short queen. A queen would be 60 inches wide. But still a decent-sized bed for a small trailer like this. Now you'll notice on either side you have wardrobe cabinets that are usable. You can hang things up in there as well. There's a little bar at the top. We've got a window here at the front of the trailer, which is kind of bizarre in this particular situation because the only time you would really use the window is when your Murphy bed is down, which is probably not the time you want to have your window open. So, you know, seems kind of odd. They probably could have left the window out and added some other feature to make up for that difference. But anyway, also on either side of the bed, you'll notice that there is a little nightstand here. Each nightstand does have an electrical receptacle, and the nightstand on the left also has USB ports here. So for you folks that have a CPAP machine, you know, this would probably work out just fine for you guys. One last thing to note about your sofa is that there is a window on either side of it, so you can get a nice cross breeze blowing through here as well. And then right across from the sofa, like I mentioned earlier, is where the TV is located. This is a great TV placement because you can see it from your dinette, from your sofa, or from your bed. So really, really great planning for this rig. Now this one comes with a neat package too. It's got the Disney package, Prime Video, YouTube, Netflix. You know, we have all that stuff in our rig as well. We use T-Mobile and we use Starlink to get our internet connection. And then from that, we have all the different streaming apps that are available on your TV. So let us know in the comments down below what you use to get internet in your rig and how well it works as well. We'd appreciate it. We're always looking to learn new things. Maybe there's something out there we haven't tried yet or we don't even know about. So let us know what you do. Now, just below the TV, you've got a nice countertop area here with a receptacle on top of it. And then down below that, we have a couple of drawers, plus all of your controls and fuses are down here as well. Little tip about fuses is you can just buy a multi-pack of fuses at any auto parts store. We highly recommend that you do that. Keep them on board your rig, and then if you have a fuse pop for any reason, you have a replacement very handy and available. So as we wrap on around through here, we're getting into the kitchen area. The first thing you'll notice is that this part of the kitchen is actually in a slide out. So this area does slide out about 1.5 feet. It does give you a little bit more floor space in here, that's for sure. Now this is a really nice size cabinet in here, and you can use it a few different ways. You can remove the top shelf, for example, and hang some garments in here, and then use the bottom shelf as additional pantry space, or you can leave both shelves in here and just have it set up for all your storage needs. Now right next to that, we have a 12-volt refrigerator in here. This is a good size fridge, and it has a separate freezer up top, so you can keep your ice and all that stuff, and maybe a frozen pizza up here. Nice setup there. And then next to that, we have a 3-burner stove with a glass top on it, so that can expand your countertop space when the glass is down, or you can just set your glass up. It becomes a splatter shield, and then you've got your 3 burners here as well. Now also you'll notice there is a window above the range, which is very nice, and then of course you have your range hood that has a light and a fan in it. And then behind me here is the rest of the kitchen area. Now this has a nice big single bowl sort of square sink that's in here. Nice size sink for this size rig. And then of course you have your dish drain cover that comes with it. This has a nice faucet overhead, nice gooseneck faucet to give you lots of room to wash pots and pans and things like that. And then you've got your countertop space here with a tower of power and a couple of plugs. So you could plug in a coffee maker and a toaster or whatever. Very, very conveniently located, and I like the fact that you have extra counter space right next to your sink. Down below that, you have some additional storage under your sink and to the right as well. Now just above the sink, they have a nice open storage area here. They've used this cargo netting up top to hold things in place. So you could certainly stow things up here, paper towels, plates, you know, all that kind of stuff. We use clear totes for everything. That way it doesn't go flying around. So you could put some clear totes up here as well. Cargo netting will hold those in place, and you can see what's inside of them, so you're not guessing and opening every lid. And then one last feature that's in here is that we do have a convection microwave oven in here. So you can cook a pizza in these convection ovens. We do it all the time and we love it. But it's definitely a nice feature to have, so you can bake as well as microwave in your RV. One last thing I wanted to point out about the slide out in here. We have a lot of folks that want to know if when the slides are in, can you get to the refrigerator or the bathroom? And on this one, you know, from the back of the wall to the front of the refrigerator is about 27 inches. So if we bring this slide in about 27 inches, you're only going to have 5 inches to squeeze through between the refrigerator and the wall to get to the bathroom, and you will not be able to open the refrigerator door. So in this particular camper, I would say when the slide is in, kitchen is not usable. So here I am in the bathroom, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually do. Now you guys know I'm 5'11" in here, but let's get a measurement and see how tall the ceiling is. Now my head is definitely higher than the ceiling, and it's going up into the skylight. So in the skylight itself, we have about 6 feet 3 inches of height in here. So for you taller folks, this is going to be a trailer. You're going to have to crouch down in the shower a little bit. Now the regular ceiling height in here, this has an arched roof from side to side. So the center of the RV is taller, the ceiling height is taller than towards the walls on the outside of the trailer. But just to give you a rough estimate, towards the middle of the trailer, you've got about 6 feet 6 inches of ceiling height throughout your camper. So again, for you taller folks, it might be a bit of a tough squeeze in here. Now I'm standing inside the shower here, and this has a tub in here. We kind of view this as more of a couples camper. So I guess if you had a dog and you had to give your dog a bath, this would be great. But certainly if you had some kids with you, you could throw them in here. But I'm really not sure why they have a tub in here, to be honest. In here though, there are 3 corner shelves in here, so you can set your shampoos and soaps and things. And then they have this little mesh pocket holder thing that you can store things in here as well. Maybe you've got your shavers and stuff like that. Now this one comes with a curtain, and for you guys that have seen any of our videos, you know I'm not a big fan of the curtains. They blow in on you, they stick to you when you're taking a shower. You could easily add a retractable shower door in here. You can get them off the internet pretty inexpensively and add them in yourself. They're not that difficult to do. Outside of the shower, we have a medicine cabinet up top here with a few shelves built in. And then the vanity is very nice. There's a large countertop area here. Sink is a good size. You've got your electrical receptacle there, so you can plug in any hair dryers or shavers or things like that that you might use. Down below that, there's some open storage with some cargo netting to hold things in place. And then there's a little more storage down here below the sink, but it's pretty skinny because there's pipes behind this trim board here. Now this bathroom has a really nice max air fan up top here. So these things are great. They suck a lot of air out of your camper, and you could ventilate your whole entire camper if you had to, just by turning on this bathroom fan. It's that strong. So if you're cooking dinner out here and you burn it and you got smoke in here, this can vent out your RV pretty quickly. But it's also great for reducing the humidity in your RV. That's one of the worst problems that you'll have, is keeping the humidity out of your camper. And with a nice fan like this, it really helps, especially when you're in here taking showers. So we recommend this is on when you're taking a shower. It sucks all the steam right out of here. It'll make your camper last a lot longer. Up top here, we do also have some open storage with more cargo netting, just going along with the theme throughout the RV. A little towel ring here. And then for the commode, well, you know, I'm not going to pass the elbow test on this side. There's no way. But on the right side, I'm pretty clear. And even with the door closed in here, the bathroom's big enough that it doesn't feel claustrophobic at all. Now, outside the camper, there are a couple of storage compartments, one on each side up front here. These are not very deep storage compartments, but you can definitely get a few things in here for sure. And then there is some pass-through storage that goes from one side all the way through to the other. It goes underneath of where your couch is located inside. But I will say this, the door here is kind of small, so it's going to limit what you can get under here and get out from under here as well. But certainly you can get camp chairs and all kinds of other stuff. Maybe a smaller grill would fit in there, things like that. So plenty of storage out here. This travel trailer is the Forest River Ibex, model number RVS2. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 7,410 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 2,205 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 9,615 pounds. The hitch weight is 815 pounds, the length is 32 feet 6 inches, and it can sleep up to 3 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, you walk directly into the kitchen and living area. On the right-hand side towards the front of the trailer is where the bathroom is located, and behind where I'm standing is the owner's bedroom. Now, our first impression when we walked in here was, you know, wow, this has got a very residential feel inside of this travel trailer, and it's got some features that you've probably never seen before in a travel trailer as well. So here we are walking in, first of all, through the sliding glass door, which is your entryway into this trailer. It's great because it allows all this light to come into the living and dining area, and it's just a unique way to have a door here. I really like it a lot. Now, this also comes with a screen door, which would be mounted on the outside. They don't have the screen doors mounted because this is a brand new unit at a dealership, so not all the features are installed quite yet. There's also a curtain that can cover the door, and it just hangs off of these 3 clips. Very easy to put up and take down, so I like that as well. It's not cumbersome, or it's not like a blind setup where you've got strings to pull and blinds that go up and down. Very nicely done. On my right hand side here is where the entertainment area is located. So you've got your TV up top, and then you've got some open storage areas here. Down below that we have a nice fireplace, and then more open storage below that. Now, one really cool feature in here is they have the Power Pro system, and this is the first time we've ever seen a voice activated control system built in that comes with your travel trailer. So, you know, you can tell this thing to turn on lights and do all kinds of things that are in here for you. So it's just like having an Alexa, or in some cases, if you have a remote control at home for your TV, you can tell it to look up shows. Same idea here. You know, you can have it turn on lights, fans, all kinds of neat things to make your camper go. Now, the next thing you'll notice in here is you've got this large couch that's built in here. And this is sort of like a chaise lounge. And so 2 people can use this, and that's how we have it set up currently. One person could sit here on the couch, and then Susan could be right here next to me. We could be watching TV together, enjoying the fireplace. So it's really not a bad setup at all. And the way that they have it is very unique too. So while it's extended, it takes up a little bit of space in here, But for travel, or if you don't want to have full use or the full space of the couch out here, you can actually take this chair apart. This actually slides right on into here. That closes up. This folds down. That slides right on in, and now you have still a couch for one or two, but you've opened up all of the floor space in here as well. You'll also notice right behind my head here is an electrical receptacle. So if you're sitting on the couch, maybe you're playing with your computer, doing some trip planning, what have you, you can plug in very easily with the outlet there. And then there's also some coat hooks up here on the wall. So if you need to hang up some jackets or hats or whatever, you can certainly do that. One other really nice feature is the LED lighting up on the ceiling. These LED lights are very bright, but they make a nice light inside of the living space. So it looks very bright and light in here. Plus you have all these windows, including this gigantic window that's almost as large as the whole kitchen, but it's a really nice big window. You can open this window up as well to get some cross ventilation in here with your sliding glass door. Very, very well done. Starting from the top, it's got this nice open shelf up top with a natural edge on it, which is really kind of nice. And then you've got, you know, a towel bar here and some little hooks up top that you can hang things from. There's also an electrical receptacle at each end of the countertop. So if you want to plug in coffee, toasters, all that stuff, you're good to go there. On the left side over here is a big, deep, round single bowl sink. Plenty of room in there to wash all your pots and pans. And then this has a nice faucet with an integral sprayer as well. You can see it's been winterized and it's got the little, you know, winterized fluid in there, which is non-toxic, by the way. As we roll across the countertop, you've got a 2-burner Contour electric stove here. These are really nice. I mean, you know, they're built in. They're switching over to electric these days instead of propane. So, you know, it's a good setup there. You do have to have the right kinds of pots and pans. This is actually an induction cooktop. So you need to buy the right kind of pots and pans so that they work on the induction cooktop. Now, underneath of the kitchen sink area, you do have a bank of drawers here for all of your kitchen utensils. There's also plenty of storage underneath of the kitchen sink for additional items to stow away. And then finally, we have a convection microwave oven in here. We have one of these in our Class A RV. We absolutely love it. It does a great job, whether you want to microwave something or go ahead and like bake a pizza or a batch of cookies or something like that. Now they have a really cool Contour fridge in here. This is the Contour Classic, and it kind of gives you that old-timey feel of an older style refrigerator, but it just looks really nice. There's plenty of room inside here, as you can see, to stow away all your cold items. And then the freezer down below is a different one than we have seen before. It's got these 3 drawers that pull out for you to stow away all of your freezer items. And then one of these drawers, I guess maybe the bottom one, you could dedicate to an ice tray or something like that. But just a neat looking fridge, pretty well put together. Now, I don't know about you guys, we do everything we can to keep the RV, the inside of our RV clean. And no matter what we do, we seem to get sand or dirt or whatever inside of our RV. And I guess that's true for most of us. So they went ahead and installed this ReadyVac system, which is great. You can sweep the whole floor in here, and then instead of using a dustpan to clear it, just sweep it right on into your ReadyVac. There are also hoses that come along that you can plug in, and so you can vacuum your furniture or any other things that you need to in here to keep it nice and neat and tidy. Now, coming in from the kitchen and living area, the first thing you'll notice about the bedroom is this really nice barn door. It looks great in here. Like I said, it's got a very residential feel, and they've carried the green from the kitchen countertops through the door in here so that it just gives you a nice entryway into your bedroom. Once you're in the bedroom, though, everything changes when you're in here. First thing you'll notice on my left-hand side is this is where the TV location is. It's built into a nice little cabinet here, but you can pull it out and turn the TV so it faces your bed. It's in the perfect position. Beyond that, we've got this really large window here on the side of this trailer. It just lets in a ton of natural light. And then below that, we have a lot of countertop space. There's actually a receptacle on each end of the countertop. There's also USB ports. So there's a separate chair that goes here, and this actually serves as a little planning desk in your bedroom. It could be a makeup desk or whatever you want it to be. Then, of course, we have a bank of drawers for additional storage, and there's even a fireplace in here at the foot of your bed so you can relax in the evening, enjoy the ambiance of a fire. So now Susan and I have switched spaces inside of the bedroom area here, and we're taking a look at the bed location. Now, this is a good sized bed. Let's see what size we have here. Oh, 80 inches by just a little less than 70 inches. So it's actually a good size residential queen bed. It could be considered a little bit of a narrow king sized bed, but it's a good sized bed that's in here. Up top of that, we have storage above the bed, and then you have a couple of reading lights down below. There is a little end table on each side, so you could throw your phone on there and charge it up overnight. There are USB ports on each side of the nightstands as well. Also, you've got a nice big window at the head of the bed, 2 windows on each end, another window over top of the fireplace and drawers, and then you have this big sliding glass door in the back. So there is tons of light and airflow that you can get back here as well. Also, under the bed, there's a ton of storage under there. And as you can see, one of the boxes is for a bumper mount grill that you can also purchase with this unit. Now, to my left here, or right behind me, you've got more coat hooks up top, so you can store jackets or hats or whatever here, and then a couple of open cubbies down below. There's also 2 more receptacles here to plug in any electronic items that you have. Now, right behind me here is where the sliding glass door is, and this goes out to a back deck on the back of this RV, so it's really kind of cool back here. Let's get a measurement of it for you, just so you can see how much space we have. So it's about 8 feet wide and 4 feet deep, so you've got a decent sized deck out here with a roof overhead and a couple of lights also, so you can enjoy sitting outside. There is a screen door that comes here as well that you can close, so you get lots of airflow. And then I mentioned in the front window, or the front sliding glass door, it comes with a curtain that you can hook across, and this has it back here, so I'll show it to you. And it just comes with these, you know, these little rings like a shower curtain, but you just hang them on these hooks. And there you go. You can close your window and get some nice privacy in here and keep the light out if you're sleeping in the morning and stuff like that. So very easy setup. I like this curtain setup because it can't really break, right? There's no mechanical or moving parts that are going to break on you. So it's just easy to use. And if you don't want it here, you could fold the whole thing up and put it away so it's not hanging in the corner there if you don't want it there. So here we are on the opposite end of this trailer. We're now towards the front end of the trailer, and this is where the bathroom is located. And it's a very, very large bathroom, and you'll see that as we walk through it. But here I am standing in the shower like I usually do, and this is where we sort of check our headroom inside of here, because very often the showers are lifted up on a trailer floor. That allows the shower drain and trap some room to work below, and so that inhibits your headroom. And very often you'll find a skylight in the shower to make up for that headroom. Now, the headroom in here up into the skylight is 6 feet 9 inches. Outside of the skylight, you're still at 6 feet 5 inches. So for you taller folks, this may be a fine choice. And the headroom throughout the entire RV, just from floor to ceiling, is 6 feet 10 inches tall. So good amount of headspace inside of here. Now, I really like the shower in this particular unit. It's got an upgraded shower system here, which gives you a nice big shower head up top, plus a wand that you can take off and use as well. So it's just a great setup because you have both of them. Normally, this is your only shower head up top, but they went ahead and upgraded the system, so it's very, very nice. Now, this has all been winterized. It's got the pink antifreeze in here. That's why the little plastic baggies are over the faucet ends, but because they don't want this dripping. But you know, that's how they come from the factory, and you'll find them this way on the dealer lots very, very often. Now, inside of the shower, there's a good amount of space in here. I mean, this shower is 3 feet by just about 28 inches, so good size shower stall in here. I love the fact that it's got the tri-fold door, so you can close your doors, keep the water in the shower, which is a great feature. And there's just plenty of room to move around in here. Now, one thing it doesn't have is somewhere to put your soap or anything in here, but we would just buy, you know, some command hooks and install like one of those mesh shower holders that has the pockets in it, and you can put your shampoo and soap, all that good stuff in here. Or you can buy a soap dispenser. We have one of those as well in our RV, and just stick that on the back or front wall where it's out of the way and fully accessible. So now Susan's standing in the shower and I'm on the other side of the bathroom, and you can see they have a 2 vanity setup in here. It's very nice. People love having 2 sinks in the bathroom so you can get ready in the morning without bumping into your partner. Very well done. Again, it looks very residential in here. 2 nice sized windows over top of the sinks. They have this beautiful fixture up top which looks great. Towel bars on each side, and then over here there's a little soap dispenser and little place for your toothbrushes to hang also. And then there's a receptacle on each side of the countertop. You plug in your shower or your shaver, your blow dryer, whatever. Down below the sinks, you've got a bank of drawers on each side, and then plenty of storage space in the middle. Now, another really great feature inside of this bathroom is this gigantic closet here. And when you open it up, you can see that it's got 3 glass panels on the front, so you can see yourself from top to bottom when you're getting ready to go and hit the road or whatever. Make sure you're looking good. Inside the cabinet, though, you've got a couple of adjustable shelves up top for tons of storage space. And then below that, this thing has a combo washer and dryer unit, which is awesome. We have a washer and dryer inside of our Class A RV, and we absolutely love it. And I'm so happy to see this has a washer dryer combo as well. It's just a great feature. And finally, there's even more storage space inside of the bathroom here. On my left-hand side, your right, is open storage from top to bottom. So you can use this as a linen closet, store towels, linens, toilet paper, whatever you need. Also on my right, your left, there are a couple of really deep cabinets. These are about 2 feet deep by about 1.5 feet wide for even more storage in here. And then finally, when you're sitting on the commode in here, you are gonna pass the elbow test with flying colors. Now here we are outside the travel trailer, and we're standing by the back deck area that we saw earlier in the video. And you'll notice there are a couple of steps that can fold down out here. And then this gate is just on a magnet, so it opens right up, so you have access to your back deck from either inside the trailer or outside. It's a great little feature. On the other side of the bedroom, underneath the owner's bed, is where a small storage compartment is located. You could probably get a few chairs in there, maybe a grill and some of your outdoor items as well. And then there is additional storage at the front of this travel trailer inside the battery box. Hey guys, let us know which one of these travel trailers you like the best and why in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you. And if you want to check out some more awesome travel trailers with no dinettes, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.